care of my clothes? That is what we're going to be talking about in today's video, and I'm going to be sharing with you how to take good care of your clothes so that they can last a really long time. Caring for your clothes, having a good laundry routine is the key to having style that you love, and trust me, if you don't think so, I will show you that it really is connected. And there's also chapters in this video, so if you want to skip ahead to any of the sections that pertain to your current situation, go ahead and do that. Now, like this video if you're excited to learn how to take care of your clothes properly, and let's go ahead and get into the tips because there are a lot of them. So the very first thing that you really need to do is let's think about the whole process of washing your clothes, right? You have dirty garments and you're going to put them in the hamper or in the laundry basket, wherever you put them. And you might live with somebody like me. If you're married, you have a husband or a wife, whatever your living situation is. You might have a lot of clothes going into 1 or 2 laundry baskets. And if you're living with someone who likes to throw everything all in one basket, I highly recommend separating all the things out by color and by kind. What I mean by that is, if you've got workout clothes that are really dirty and really sweaty, don't put those in with really fancy rouge blouses that require a different kind of care. Make sure that colors are put together like reds and pinks. That way, when you go to do your laundry, it's very, very easy. So I know that sounds a little complicated potentially, but it really does make things go a lot more quickly, and it helps with the washing process, which we will get to. Try really hard to not put things in the laundry basket until you're ready to do laundry, because going back to the sweaty clothes thing, I don't think that laundry days are necessarily applicable to everybody, but if you can get a laundry day, go for it. We don't have a laundry day in our house because my husband is a firefighter and I don't know when he'll be home and when he won't be and blah, blah, blah. So if you want to do a laundry day, cool, because that will certainly help with this next tip. Try not to put your dirty clothes in the bin until you are ready to do the laundry. If things pile up and they sit in there too long, you can promote mildew and bacteria growth and smell and possibly even stains. So you really want to make sure that if you care deeply about a particular garment, don't put it in the bin or don't put it near the laundry station or area, whatever, until you're ready to go ahead and clean it at that moment. I like to wash like articles of clothing with like articles of clothing. So if I've got a bunch of white delicates that I would like to wash, I can put them on, a delicate cycle and just deal with them in that way. Or if I've got a bunch of hand towels or bath towels or bath mats or my sheets or whatever, or my husband's workout clothes or work station clothes, I will try to wash all of those things together. And that way it's kind of all the same type of washing function, or like the washing settings, if that makes sense. Let's talk about temperature of the wash, because each washing machine is very different. If you're in a different country aside from the United States, you might actually have a temperature setting on your machine, or you may have a newer machine that allows you to choose a specific temperature. Cold tap, cold, warm and hot. I almost never wash any of my clothing on hot. Pretty much never. Most garments today come pre-shrunk, like the fabric is pre-shrunk, but that doesn't mean that you still can't misshape the garment. These are fibers, and so they'll loosen up under hot water. Now you might think that you'll get a deeper clean with hot water, and I personally believe that you will. With things like linens and workout clothes and bath mats and towels, I will for sure put those on hot and just let all the soapy suds in the hot water do their magic, because that really does work to get things clean. But for everything else, it's cold. My mom always taught me to wash things on cold, and if you have any serious care for the garment, just wash it on delicate so that the garment doesn't get super, jerked around in the machine or anything like that. On the note of washing delicate, I have this really handy little garment bag here. This is just a nylon garment bag with a zip, and they come in all different shapes and sizes. Their purpose is to protect really delicate articles of clothing. So if you're gonna wash this blouse, or a really nice lacy blouse, or something that's really thin, or maybe your unmentionables, you'll want to put them in a garment bag like this, so that really it's almost the washing machine is just doing this. It's not actually moving that garment all around the machine. It's just gently washing it. It's like an extra layer of protection. Of course, you can hand wash your delicates. That is definitely an option. It's not always the best in terms of time and commitment, but if you really want to make sure that a certain piece of clothing gets the best care, I would recommend doing that. Something you might find a little bit weird or gross is that you don't have to wash things as often as you think you might. I really love the idea of reducing the amount of water and electricity that I use to wash and dry things, and thankfully I have an energy efficient washing machine that like senses the weight of the load and only fills up the water to that amount. But if your washing machine doesn't do that, then I really do recommend just hanging things up daily and putting them back in their place so that you can air out that garment and that it gets a really long period of time in between washes. And denim is one of those things that I hardly ever wash in the washing machine. So you can spot treat denim if you need to. There's even a technique that I've personally never tried but have heard about where you fold up your denim and you put it in the freezer because the freezing temperature kills off all the bacteria. So it's kind of like a cold dry clean if you want to think of it that way. The more you wash your denim, the more misshapen they will become. You will shrink your denim slightly, even though most cotton is pre-shrunk. With jeans, I find there's such a particular fit that you want to get right that if you wash them, you need to be okay with the fact that they may not end up coming back the way you wanted them to be in the first place. We're going to talk about stains now. Stains are really one of those things that you just hope never happen, but they do happen. So with stains, you need to treat the stain itself. I know that there are general stain treatments that you can purchase on the market, like from the laundress or from 7th Generation or what have you, and those probably work really well. But I like to go back to basics or go back old school and check out what are some of the home treatments that people use to really care for their clothes. And I did find some from my grandma and from my mom that were incredibly helpful, and one of them was treating hydrogen peroxide and heat on a blood stain, which works so well, I think it's magic. So that is a whole other video topic. So do some research online because it's really hard to treat stains on your own. It can be, at least, because you may mess up that garment forever, but as long as you've got some nice resources online to check into, you should be okay. Now we're going to talk about the drying process or finishing your laundry. Basically, you want to make sure that as you are going through the process of doing your laundry, you're completing it from start to finish. Yeah, so make sure that if you're going to be air drying everything, as I recommend, I air dry just about everything, make sure that you're pulling the things out of the washing machine as soon as the load is finished, because if they sit in there, they're going to get moldy, potentially a little bit stinky and wrinkled. And so if you want to avoid ironing or steaming, then pulling things out of the washing machine as soon as they're done, hanging them up to dry and kind of like pulling on them to reshape them, if you will, and like almost pulling out the wrinkles while they're still wet is going to save you loads of time in the end. Hang everything up to dry. You can flat lay your sweaters on the dryer or on your bed on a towel or on a wooden table or maybe your countertop. You can wash most things at home. So it really comes down to the settings that you use, the detergent that you use, and then the way that you care for the garment once it's out of the wash. So most dry cleaners they make the garment look fantastic because they use the most amazing ironing techniques. So if you would like to save money, I recommend washing things at home and having them pressed at the dry cleaner if you just love that look. But you can get away with doing everything at home. You just need to have the right technique down and use the right settings and the right detergent. I've never been particularly picky about the detergents that I use, but I do use this one from Field Day, and I get it from my local Three Rivers Co-op. It's an organic lavender hypoallergenic laundry detergent. I would actually love to get away from using detergent in these plastic things because they're really actually super hard to recycle. But anyhow, that's what I'm using at the moment, and I am looking into having like a zero waste laundry detergent type situation. If you have one that you love and recommend, will you pop it in the comment section below, because I would love to know your guys's tips and feedback on all of that. Now let's move into the final section, which is basically how I care for my clothes once they're out of the laundry. So obviously we all have very different closet, clothing, housing situations. So some of us have wardrobes, some of us have big new closets. If you're like me, I have a very tiny old school closet, and you might have dressers as well. So I really like to look at my clothing housing situation as a little mini store. I want everything to look like it's in a store setting, because what do you want to do when you go into a store? You want to shop. You want to shop, you want to try stuff on, you get excited, you want to look at that, you want to look at this. So really I like to hang everything up on these beautiful wooden hangers, and I got these really affordably. Some of them are secondhand, some of them are from IKEA, and then I also have some from Walmart. You can get some on Amazon, and basically this helps not only the care of your garment to just, you know, be a little bit better because it's wooden, it's not plastic or metal, but then also it just is visually way more appealing, and it's more exciting to get dressed and to put outfits together, in my opinion. I hang up almost everything in my wardrobe except for my jeans, my sweaters, and then my pajamas and workout gear and underwear. So everything gets hung up. So I like to see that things are hanging properly and that they're organized in a particular way, so that like if I pull out this blouse from my closet, I know exactly where the blouse goes. It goes right back to where it was, you know, earlier. It has its little home, you know? When you go into a store, everything is merchandised. Think about your closet in the same way. You're gonna be merchandising your closet. That way clothes don't end up on the floor or on the chair or wherever, under the bed, or in the laundry for a long period of time, just getting forgotten about. And you just end up loving your clothing a lot more, which makes you want to take care of it a lot more and wear it more. We're getting so close to the end. You're doing such a fantastic job. I know this video is kind of a mammoth video, but we're going to talk about folding and wrap up this video. So with folding, I am very into folding. I am obsessed with folding. I love how I fold. I like that I fold everything like a precise little ninja. And even before the KonMari method was a thing, I was really into folding, and I think I got that from my mom, who got it from her mom, who got it from her mom. So folding really helps the garment to like retain its shape. It's like got this special little, you know, it's almost like a little package. You pop it in your drawer and it just looks nice and fantastic. It can help the garment to stay free of wrinkles, and it just keeps everything organized in the drawer, because when things start to get disorganized, again, you may not care for it as well, and you may not think to wear it. So when I fold up my jeans, I fold them the same way every time. When I fold up my t-shirts, I fold them the same way every time, and the same goes for sweaters and underwear. That way when I open up my drawers and my dresser, I'm like, that's so beautiful. Which one shall I choose? And I know that's a little anal, but it really works for me. And I think when I go into my clients' closets and I see that they're making some of these mistakes, I see how it affects their self-confidence. I see that they think they have nothing to wear. I see that the clothes are not being taken good care of, and that they in turn don't know what to wear or how to put clothes or how to put outfits together, and then they just feel like, what's the point? I've been there, and I don't want to see other people go through that, because I didn't always used to take such amazing care of my closet or my clothes. It's so important, because these are things that you've invested a lot of money into, and you need them to last a long time. It's such a reward. The reward is itself. You can like get new fresh clothing outfit ideas all the time and just feel a lot better about your wardrobe. So I do believe that that is it. I can't believe you stayed to the very end. You are amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic week wherever you are, and I will see you guys again very soon. Very soon. Take really good care. Bye.